Hello everyone. Welcome to the virtual class of Learning Curve Theory. After discussion of three practical questions, in this session, I would like to discuss one of the most important concept in learning curve theory. And this is one of the important practical problem from this topic. Let us refer the question first. Gujarat Engine Limited manufactures a special type of engines. They have been asked to bid on a proposed contract for 90 engines. They have just completed an initial batch of 30 engines at the following cost. From this information, we can easily judge that we are not at the capacity to produce in the order of 1 unit, then double 2, then double 4, then double 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Because in this question, different types of informations are given by the examiner. Here, we have produced an initial batch, or you can say first batch of 30 engines, and now we need to provide a quotation, a bid, a proposed price for 90 engines. Materials rupees 60,000, labor 6,000 hours at the rate of rupees 12 per hour, total 72,000. Other tools, it is reusable 9,000. Variable overheads at the rate of rupees 1.5 per hour, 9,000. Fixed overheads at the rate of rupees 3 per hour, 18,000. So the total cost is rupees 1,68,000. And 80% learning curve is applied to the process. The marketing manager believes that the quotation is unlikely to be accepted if it exceeds rupees 3,30,000. You are required to advise whether it is worth accepting at rupees 3,30,000. Before starting a solution, try to understand some important items related to this question. Here we have already produced a batch, and in this batch, or you can say one batch, we can produce 30 engines at a time. For the manufacturing of these 30 engines, we have incurred cost of rupees 1,68,000. Now we have to quote price for 90 engines. And for these 90 engines, we cannot quote more than rupees 3,30,000, because it is written over here that if you quote more than 3,30,000, there are chances of rejection of this order. So, in this question, we need not to calculate anything like previous questions. Simply, we need to advise the management whether this order is acceptable for rupees 3,30,000 or not. For the solution of this problem, we have to analyze all the informations given to us in the question very carefully. Let us start solution of the problem. First of all, we need to calculate average time taken for the production of one unit. Refer a table given in the question. We are in a need of 6,000 hours for the manufacturing of a batch of 30 units. It means when you manufacture in a batch, The first batch means 30 units. So for the manufacturing of one batch, you are in need of 6,000 hours. In one batch, we can produce 30 units. So on an average time required to produce one unit is 200 hours. 6,000 hours for 30 units. 6,000 divided by 30 equals to 200 hours. As per the information, learning curve applicable to the process is 80%. Now, using this information, we need to calculate average time taken per unit and total time taken. Here, instead of direct calculation, we have to put this information in form of batch, number of units, average time taken per unit, and total time taken. For example, in a first batch, we have produced 30 units at a time. Average time taken for these 30 units 200 hours and total time taken 6,000 hours. That is already given to us in our question. Now the batch is doubled. So from one batch to two batches. So naturally the number of units are also doubled from 30 to 60. 80% learning curve applicable to this process. So average time taken to produce one unit when we are manufacturing in two batches or say 60 units. 200 hours multiplied by 80% is equal to 160 hours. 160 hours per unit multiplied by 60 units. So 160 multiplied by 60 is equal to 9,600 hours. And batch number 3 is of no use. But batch number 4 is most important for our calculation. Batch number 4, or you can say double, from 2 to 4. And the units of productions are also double. From 60, it is 120. Average time taken 160 hours multiplied by learning rate 80%. That is 120 hours per unit. So 120 hours multiplied by 120 units. 128 multiplied by 120. So total number of working hours of 15,360. Now the most important question in this particular problem, we need to calculate for 90 units. So from where do we get information for 90 units? Here we need to apply our simple logic for the solution of the problem. And if we can apply this simple logic, it is possible for us to calculate total labor cost for the manufacturing of 90 units. Now how to calculate? Just check on your screen. As per our calculation, we are in need of 15,360 hours to produce 120 units of the output. We have already produced 30 units in first batch, and for these 30 units we have utilized 6,000 working hours. So very simple, for the manufacturing of 120 units we are in need of 15,360 hours. We have utilized 6,000 working hours in order to produce 30 units, so as you can easily find the amount of difference. That is time required to produce additional 90 units. 120 minus 30 is equal to 90. So in this way, we need to calculate in a different order. 120 minus 30 is equal to 90. And 15,360 hours required for 120 units minus 6,000 hours utilized for the manufacturing of 30 units. So 9,360 hours. Here we can say that for the manufacturing of additional 90 units of output, we are in need of 9,360 hours. Now, using this information, we can easily calculate the amount of labor. 9,360 hours multiplied by rate per hour for labor rupees 12. So 9,360 hours multiplied by rupees 12 per hour equals to rupees 1,12,320. Believe me, direct calculation of 90 is not possible. So we need to apply different logic. 30 units already produced by the company. In the order of learning curve, the production is a double. So from 30, it is 60, and from 60, it is 120. So out of 120, when we have reduced the first batch of 30, the difference automatically reflects information for 90 units are concerned. So the labor cost for these 90 units are rupees 1,12,320. Now using this information, we have to prepare a cost sheet for 90 units only, because it is clear requirement of this practical problem. Direct materials. In the given question, the cost of direct material is rupees 60,000, and this cost is given for 30 units. So 60,000 divided by 30 units multiplied by 90 units. So the cost of material is rupees 1,80,000. Labor cost, as per our calculation, 1,12,320. Cost of other tools, 0. Refer your question very carefully. In your question, it is clearly mentioned that other tools are reusable. It means you are not supposed to purchase new tools for each and every batch of production. Once it is purchased, it is useful for a long period of time. So at the time of production of first batch for 30 units, we have purchased that tools, and that tools are reusable. It means we are not supposed to purchase these kind of tools again in order to manufacture additional 90 units of the output. This is one important point in a costing to learn. Then variable overheads, 9,360 hours as per our calculation, multiplied by rate of variable overheads given to us in our question, 1.5 per hour. So the cost of variable overheads are rupees 14,040. One more information is given related to fixed overheads. This is a case of decision making, and we all know that fixed overheads are fixed for the period of time. So in the given period of time, number of units produced by the company has no importance. So for that particular period of time, the company has produced 30 units. Now in the same time frame, company would like to produce additional 90 units of manufacturing. So additional fixed cost or additional fixed overheads are not there. Consider these two items, cost of other tools, as these tools are reusable, and additional fixed overheads very carefully, because it may change your answer. Total cost of manufacturing additional 90 units, 3,06,360. As per the information given, that we cannot quote more than rupees 3,30,000 for the order of these 90 units. So here we have mentioned maximum price that we can quote, and the price is rupees 3,30,000. The price that we can quote in maximum is rupees 3,30,000. Total cost of manufacturing additional 90 units of the production, 3,06,360. So amount of profit by additional 90 units of a production, price minus total cost, 3,30,000 minus 3,06,360. So the amount of profit is rupees 23,640. Here our calculation coming to an end, but not our answer. The examiner has clearly stated in the question that we need to recommend what to do and not to do. So we need to conclude at the end, as the production of additional 90 units resulting into profit of rupees 23,640. So the proposal is worth accepting. It is advisable for Gujarat Engine Limited to produce 90 units in order to get the benefit of learning curve, and this learning curve at the end resulting into profit of rupees 23,640. With this conclusion, our answer comes to an end. I hope everybody is clear with the solution of this problem. Thank you. Keep watching next sessions. God bless you.